Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review, where I'm going to be talking about BELLE Collective, my favorite show. Well, my second favorite show on this World Wide Web network of television. My first is Married to Medicine. I've been saying that for a couple of years now, so don't be alarmed. Hey, ladies, you can ring my bell. Ring my bell. That's the remix, y'all. That's the remix. Yeah, I like this episode. It's really good. It's a little trigger warning. It's some grown folks conversation because we don't do kids over here. We don't really discuss kids, talk about kids. Well, little kids. Sometimes adult children are still called children. But just know when children are saying it, we ain't talking about we ain't have discussions about some little, and we ain't showing them. But let me get some water real quick. Hold on. Sure, I should have drunk some before I started this show. But anywho, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. And this is just a little, housekeeping. This little housekeeping. Now, I'm on my road to 1,000 subscribers. So every subscriber or someone who views my shows, please subscribe. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And please like it, because when you like it, my video gets my reviews and everything gets out to more people. So that's something I appreciate very much. And please comment. Let me know what you think. I've been getting more and more comments lately, which is great. I like going back and forth with folks, not in a negative way, but engaging and share with the people. There's a share button you can send it to, and just in case, you know what I'm saying. So thanks again for that. And let's get right on into this review, child. Now, now this may sound a little messy, but again, we grown over here. Hey, aunties and uncles, what's up? What's up? What it do? All right. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Lateshia, Latrece keep bringing these strays on this show, causing problems. Again, we had another issue with one of Latrece's strays putting their hands on folks to where Lateshia had to, tell her to get out. It was not appropriate for her to be there causing problems. And, listen, when you're arguing with somebody where there are insults happening, especially, you can't put your hands on nobody, not even in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You can't move a chair. You can't do nothing that disturbs them physically. Okay? And it was just out of order. And again, it's the second time a stray came on this show and caused the problems where, they have to be removed off the premises. I mean, what is going on here? Is this Love in Jackson? Love and Hip Hop Jackson? Ooh, I'm getting sick of this. And all for some get back, payback, when she could have just met Lateshia somewhere and let her know how she feel. But no, she wants a platform to try and embarrass her, like those preview shows her and JJ ex-wife were doing with Carlos. It was just, first of all, it's really beneath her for her to act like that. And it's really not cute. I mean, she went back on the show. What's going on? Actually, I would prefer Antoinette than JJ ex-wife, if you really want to know. Well, or if they got a bigger budget, I guess both of these strays can stay on the show. I guess. It was just really stupid. But in the midst of all that, some good came out of it. after Antoinette was trying to say Lateshia was the blame of the Bell Collective, and don't nobody want Glendale with or without his necklaces. Now I agree with you on that because he ain't no catch. Sorry, I don't care. Yeah, he fine in chocolate, but girl, bye. That's a dime a dozen. And he ain't no. I'm sorry, Lateshia. You are my favorite, but your man ain't no prize, girl. He got some. Listen, us as the viewers, we see what we see, and it's on. And come to find out what I'm about to reveal at the end of this episode. Oh no, nah, he showing up ain't no prize. I wish the hell. Anyway, let me stick to what I was about to say because I ain't even. He ain't even my man, and I'm upset. But that's because I care. That's because I see the bullshit. What time is it? Oop. That's because I see the BS going on. When you in it, especially if you're the wife or the spouse, you don't see it because your eyes are covered with DICK and all kind of stuff going on. You don't, but you've lived it. We see it, Lateshia, and I hope that this cutting and pasting and narrating him to look like he looking is not true, but so we think it is. But yeah, so in the midst of all of that mess and trash Antoinette was trying to do with Lateshia, and then they got then she tried to trash her in the parking lot too. It's just not you're supposed to be this, fantastic business owner, dentist with all that's going on, and you look like you looking on this show. It don't match. It just don't match. Anyway, like I said, some good came out of that. Marie and Tambra talked. Tambra sat down Marie, just like Greedy told her. It's time for you to just set her down and talk to her. And I'm glad she did, Chad. I'm so glad. Because again, it wasn't that deep. Now, the thing with Marie and Latrece is something else because Latrece's mindset is just off the charts. And Marie is a little delusional with all that. But anyway, Tambra sat Marie down and let her know what was going on. And they even talked after the cameras, which is what they need. Stop putting on for this show. And if y'all really want to, especially if they're both really level-headed women, despite that. They're both really level-headed women, and they actually got enough going on in their life to where they don't need no more mess, especially this mess that they got between them. I'm glad that they talked on and off the camera, and they got things straight, which is wonderful because we're going to see them laughing and joking throughout the rest of the episode. Yes. Let's just hope it stays this way because they really ain't got nothing else to talk about. Not unless that dude comes up again or, but I don't think Marie will ever do that again, considering what Tambra told her. Pretty much, just real quick, they have more to say off the camera than on, to be quite honest. I wish you would have heard just a little bit more, specifically to how it hurt Tambra that her so-called friend would even meet up with somebody, let alone bring it to her the way it was brought. See, that's the thing. It was more or less, for me, the delivery that Marie did. And, it's just not cool when you think your friend / coworker is meeting up with folks trying to clear their name. And who are they to you versus who am I to you? So, it can get a little deep. That's why I wish you would have heard a little bit more. But needless to say, they are done beefing. Oh my God. Thank goodness. What else? Oh, so then we got Cliff. This is one of his segments with the fellas. All right, fellas. Cliff invites the guys to his son-in-law's man cave, barbershop, pool hall, somewhere where the guys can unwind and talk about the women. Because guys be gossiping too, like these podcasts ain't gossip. If y'all don't get out of here. And they be talking ish about us, just like we be talking ish about them. A fair exchange and a robbery. So anyway, so Glendale starts to discuss his feelings, child. This is Glendale without his necklaces today. No necklaces. and he's discussing his feelings about Willie and how Glendale, without his necklaces, feels that Willie disrespected him with that rap song, kind of made it seem trivial. Willie's like, I laughed. It was funny. You know how Willie is. He makes a joke, not really trying to hurt nobody's feelings. And if he did, he really would apologize. But he's taking that manly approach. Both of them are, about the whole thing. Glendale, without his necklaces, feels like Willie feels he's above them, And again, just like with Marie's kinfolk, it ain't Willie's fault that you feel the way you do because there's something about Willie that you wish you were. Let's just put it on out there. Whether it's whatever it is, I ain't trying to insinuate nothing. We can pick and choose, whatever. But anywho, that's pretty much what it is, because I just can't believe that Glendale, with or without his necklaces, would feel a way about somebody that he really don't care about. Or maybe he do. Maybe he should say, man, I care about you, man. And it hurt my feelings. But that wouldn't be the manly thing to do. Anywho, what else Glendale upset? Oh, child, now, and then Cliff had his back, so they start going back and forth doing these lightweight insults. And Cliff pretty much told Willie that, he got a little female in him. And Willie was like, ain't no, what time is it? Ain't no bitch up in me, man. It's all, it's all Willie. So, then I start cracking jokes on each other. And you know how Willie is with his sense of humor. Start talking about how Cliff looked like when the aunties going to a bake sale with his pink shirt on. He said, well, you calling me a bitch. You the one with the pink t-shirt. Child, I was rolling like, okay, I wish they would let that roll a little bit more, but probably got a little, insensitive to the communities. You know how men can be when they start talking and they start using, certain language that, like I said, ain't really conducive to a successful show. Hey, it is what it is. I can just imagine what they were saying because, they are men. What else happened at this thing, child? What else? JJ, oh yeah, JJ want to do an all guys podcast. But I don't know if that's gonna work. I think they need to stick to just them because I don't think it, although Willie did say, yeah, he thinks that'll be a good idea. I don't know. It's gonna take a lot more making up with them for. But it would be interesting. I really don't think Willie wants to put them on his platform because I don't think he really likes them. That's just that on that. It is what it is. Everybody ain't gotta like everybody. It is what it is. So I think. Well, I'm just gonna say this. He sees how problematic things are, especially now. I'm gonna keep saying this. I have yet to see Akeisha and Lateshia settle that comment, that horrible, horrible so-called read that Lateshia tried to give Akeisha about her family not wanting her in the heat of an argument. I have yet to see that resolve. And I think that may be a reason why Glendale will never be on the show, on his podcast, and how problematic Latrece is. I think Willie sees it, but he's not really saying it on camera. He's probably, discussing it with his wife because I see it. She is problematic. And if anybody think they better than somebody, that's the one. Child. Anywho, well, that was pretty much it for the guys. What's going on next? Oh, Latrece. She is invited as a spokesperson of the community to get the word out, people to get up and go vote. And she gives a real elementary speech. Ooh, I wrote that. She gave a. It was elementary. It really was. It was like, see Jane run, see Jane get the ball. Thank you for coming. Like, what? That's all. I mean, she is practicing her, hopefully she didn't have another drink. She is, practicing her speech giving speeches, but like I said, was real elementary. I just this what I don't want to talk about the girl because she is starting, she is, getting her stuff together. But like I said, it was just real elementary, in my opinion. I would have liked to hear something a little more adultish, or something with some different words in it. Anyway, so Tambra and JJ ex-wife come for moral support. And, of course, as soon as Latrece sits down with the ladies after she's done doing her civic duty, she brings up Antoinette, and how in her confessional she was like, I had no problem with what Antoinette said or did, and every woman has, can speak for themselves and handle themselves. Yeah, but you brought Antoinette's back up because you can't handle them ladies by yourself. So what exactly is we talking about, Latrece? Latrece, hello. Are you listening, watching, listen? If anybody know Latrece, it is what it is. Just let her know. Either you gonna do for self or you gonna always have backup. Which one is it, girl? Because it don't sound like you saying the same thing right now. Then of course they have to talk about the trip, so to speak to so. I just don't agree with what Antoinette did and said. It was just real, real late. You know what I'm saying? It was just real late. And Tambra pretty much comments about going at it with, wait, what did I say? No, Latrece. Sorry, Latrece is still talking about going back and forth with Cliff about opening up these businesses and carrying on. Like, girl, why are we still talking about you and your zaddy arguing when that's all you do? It's like she just, I don't know. It's like it's not really an issue because she plays into it. And if that's the game you like to play with your man and make him feel good, fine. But don't come on the show and make it seem like it's a real issue. It's like, yeah, girl, me and daddy still, we still going back and forth about this business, but I love my man. Just play it up like that. Don't make it seem like it's a real issue, because ain't nobody gonna have your back when you keep arguing with this. We in season 5 and you still arguing with this man about your business. Hello. I'm just saying. That's pretty much it with them. Lateshia and Glendale, without his necklaces, entertain Marie. Marie comes in sad and carrying on, and then she's just scared because of the drive-by that was at her house. And it's like, now Marie lives in a gated community, real nice, and they was on foot. They showed the video. I'm like, oh my goodness, they wasn't in the car doing it. Not to say that they should have been, but that's that's a normal drive-by. It was a walk-by, child. One of them had on a black hoodie, like one of them had on a white. Who goes to shoot up somebody's house in a white hoodie? I'm like, who is these cats? And I'm thinking, did it have something to do with her mom? Because her mom was, out there in them streets. She said she spoke with her mom, and I think that's what she was referencing. Mom, am I living for you? Because that's the first thing I went to. Grimy behavior. What's grimy in Marie's life? I automatically thought about her mom being out there in the streets, doing what she's doing and carrying on. But hopefully that's not it, because usually when they know somebody got money, but anyway, they would probably want to, let Marie know that they want some money in some horrible type of way. But then I said, oh, I hope it ain't her cousins, because last couple episodes we found out that her cousins don't think too fond of Marie. I'm like, oh my God. I hope that ain't, no retaliate. Who is doing this? I don't want to say, and Latrece people. It's not funny, but it's funny thinking about all the different possibilities, because you start thinking about, what's going on, and then what greedy in his people, because Marie and Tamara made up. So it's like, who out here mistaken identity? What is going on? Like, who does that in a real nice area in a gated community? It's not like she lived, in the hood where it could be possibly expected. It's just really weird. So luckily, like she said, no one was there. She caught it on her house cameras. And, anything could happen. She got a little daughter, what's she about 9, 10, almost 11. It's just all kind of things, that went through her mind. I was glad nothing really happened. But of course, Lateshia and Glendale, without his necklaces, welcomed her to stay. But Maria don't want to go back there. She moving. She don't want no parts of that house. Girl, I'll leave everything in there too. I will hire somebody to pack my stuff up. I'm like, listen, this house was shot at. If you want to take a risk, find this disclaimer saying that you know what happened, and just pack up all my clothes. Hello, and I will worry about the rest of that stuff later. Just all my clothes. I need all my clothes. Every article of clothing and shoe and purse needs to come out for me and my baby girl. So other than that, I probably wouldn't go back either. Because if somebody shut up my house, child, I just, I don't know what I would do. What else happened over there? That's pretty much it. That was done. They, just talked to and everything. Then we see D comes over to JJ and Soguchi's to talk. Now, fortunately, this is the part that's real, real grown, real adult. So maybe a trigger warning. So I'll give, y'all about, little seconds or so to let you know you may want to tune this out, because the rest of the episode, it'll be back and forth about what I'm about to discuss. But, yeah, so here we go. So D pretty much had an SI, an actual event, to where she was at a bridge. She took her daughter over to her man's mom's house, or her ex's man's, her, how can I say this easier? Her ex mother-in-law's house, even though they weren't married, but you know what I'm saying. And pretty much called her mom, told her she loved her, scared Soguchi half to death, scared everybody half to death. Found out where she was through, tracking of her phone and carrying on. Even though she turned it off, there's still ways of tracking you, according to Soguchi and the police department and carrying on. So it was just real scary. And she had to do some time and, in a little private 5150 situation. She said she was, didn't know what to do. And then she said she feels real lost. And then she said she doesn't know what God wants her to do. It sounds like there's a lot of pressure on her mental state and her to, and don't get me wrong when I say this, but sometimes, it just sounds like she's been pressured to tune in to what God wants her to do with her life. And it sounds like the wrong thing has been said to her in that respect. From what I understand, God talks to us in ways that has no sin in it. And definitely going to that bridge was not it. But what I'm saying is, and I ain't no scholar, nothing like that of the word, but what I can say is, D, if you listen, watching, listening, girl, you probably already done with all this, but I'm just gonna say it. Sometimes you have to just tune everything out, and just take it one day at a time. Hell, maybe 1 hour at a time. Especially if you got the time to do that. If you don't have to be pressed for work or anything, give your baby to somebody. Just take as much time as you need, maybe most of the day, and then take care of her at night, or if you need a full day or two, do that. But for the most part, tune everything out. Get you some steps or some guidance with how psychiatry deals with what you tried to do, and follow that. Not necessarily disregard what the Bible has to say, but I think you just need to concentrate on what the steps are to get yourself back into a more healed space within your head. That's why we have the tools from psychiatry. Everything in the Bible is, well, how can I say this? You can't read the Bible and heal yourself, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? You have to follow some layman's things that's been here for a while to help people, because it does help people, and you know that. So that's what I mean, people. Don't think I'm saying disregard, your faith or your religion. Keep that. Talk to him, because talking to him upstairs is a form of medication, or it could be a form of medication, but it's definitely meditation and a way for you to get centered, because sometimes you may just have to just meditate and just either write it out, say it out, and just be with yourself, within yourself, without any distraction from anything else. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I have to say about that. What else? I think that was it. But the thing is, well, the good thing is that they start talking about the birthday party for her daughter's birthday, and that D and Star still talk. And so Gucci mentioned that D and Star, the one that's having all the babies, she and her were the closest out of the other two siblings. So that's good that they're still, that they can still at least talk to each other, you know what I'm saying, and have some type of rapport that's not just negative and ugly like the other two. So anyway, that was pretty much it with that. So now we got the Why Willie show live, and they're having a good time, and it's the first live show, and of course their wives are there. And they're just having a good old time, talking a little bit, talking mess to each other. So when the show is over, they're having some background conversation. And Willie brings up how Glendale, without his necklaces, was in his feelings. And, he just talked about the back and forth, cracking jokes on each other, and how pretty much, Glendale, without his necklaces, was in his feelings about specifically the rap song, like I mentioned. And it was just, kind of trivial in a way. But then I started talking about the trip to Louisiana. And Akeisha mentioned that JJ ex-wife was invited. And so Gucci was like, well, I already said if she's invited, I'm not going. It is what it is. She's respecting her husband's wishes. At the same time, she's going to do whatever she feels she needs to do. So it's kind of twofold. I don't blame her. My thing is, if they know that JJ ex-wife can't be around So Gucci, why are you inviting her? That's the thing. I don't understand why Lateshia keeps inviting JJ ex-wife around So Gucci, knowing that she can't come around So Gucci. Like, what is the problem? Letitia's a bail bondsman. I know she knows at least that regarding TPOs, and that's kind of basic. Us grown folk, we all around the same age just about. So us grown folk know about certain things like this. And it just sounds, kind of trivial and dumb as to why Lateshia keeps inviting JJ ex-wife, knowing that she's already invited So Gucci. I would think to let her know, if So Gucci says she can't come, then you're fine to come. But if she says she's going to be there, I just don't want any issues and just not invite you. I mean, what's the big doggone deal? Anywho, that was pretty much it. So with the birthday party for Ari, everybody's having a good time. Like I said, Star and her son come. She already pregnant with the little girl. And I think she's pregnant now, if I'm not mistaken. I saw in JJ's feed on his Instagram that she was there. He was holding both his grandbabies and Star's kids, and it looked like Star was pregnant because the baby is at least 6, 7, maybe 8 months, and she looked kind of out there. And I don't think that's the stomach of someone who maybe didn't lose the weight, because she ain't never, it looked round. again, I don't know, but I believe that she's on her third baby child. Anyway, good for her. Her and her husband. Be fruitful and multiply. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. Anywho, so they're at the party. Everybody's having a good time. They got the petting zoo and they got all the hot dogs and hamburgers and barbecue because JJ mom in there cooking barbecue and tasting all at the same time. Then when Ari come in, she gives her a little bone to eat because that's the birthday girl. She can get what she wants. And everything is good. Everybody having a good time. And the bells come. Lateshia, Tambra, and Marie. Aikisha may come, but she's at her niece's graduation. We saw that on Instagram too. Congratulations to her. Who else? Latrece is not coming. Actually, she didn't even discuss Latrece. I'm just trying to think. Is Lagucha and Latrece beefing? Anyway, I haven't really heard of them beefing. Anywho, so they're talking, just talking, shooting the ish, drinking wine, and they start end up talking about D. So Gucci is giving them a little intel about what's been transpiring, and Marie feels like because what happened at her house, she just wants the family to be better with themselves because you never know when your time is comes. So D comes over and they're just letting her know that they're there for her. Lateshia breaks the ice, letting D know that Gucci shared some intimate details. This is a safe circle. And we just want you to know that we care, and Marie offers her phone number and everything. And pretty much it's a good conversation. It wasn't long and drawn out, but Dee knows that she has a village, greater than what she already has. And everybody said, and we ain't gonna tell your dad or Gucci what we talked about, just between us. You know how it is. So that was pretty much good. I'm glad. And Marie again offers just herself to Dee because she understands life is precious. Her life was almost taken as far as she's concerned. And I don't blame her. You just want, you just want the best for everybody considering what you've been through. And then Lateshia shares about her breast biopsy that they found something on the mammogram that they need to biopsy just to make sure. And because it's so small, the deal was if it needs to be removed, it'll just be removed, pending the biopsy. She hasn't had the biopsy yet. Oh, child, it's a whole lot going on over there. A whole lot going on. And of course, Marie and Tambra are having a good time. And it, it was a real good experience. And Dee felt good. And it's all good like that. Next, we see Cliff visiting Lateshia. Child, she was like, oh. She's like, no, you lying. What you doing here? Child, remember earlier I said about Glendale without his necklaces? Are you sitting down for this? So apparently Cliff is there because they had a little production show, a little flashback to Cliff and Glendale without his necklaces talking. So pretty much Glendale without his necklaces is wanting to send Cliff over to talk to Lateshia because how he sprung out the news on Lateshia, he feels as though Cliff would be a good spokesperson to help Lateshia see it his way. What? Lateshia don't even like Glenn. Don't even like Cliff. See, again, the decisions he makes are questionable. Just saying, Lateshia. Just saying. You know as well as I do. She checks on her, pretty much after she was checking on her logistics for the Louisiana brunch and everything. He's telling her all kind of intel about what Glenn got going on. And Glenn ain't even share that with Lateshia. She's like, oh, really? He's doing what? Oh, he is? He bought what? Oh, he bought it. So then Glenn starts to realize that he feels set up. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Now you feel like Lateshia feel. So now he's like, I will no longer get in the middle of nobody's marriage. Oh, hell no. So then, Cliff start backpedaling and pussy popping once Lateshia lets him know that, oh, really? So you know more than I do about my own household. And Cliff's like, well, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if he said that really, but just backpedaling, pussy pop. It was kind of funny because now Cliff know that he can't trust his friend wholeheartedly because his friend set him up. And Cliff said, I can't understand why he ain't told this woman all this stuff that he done told me. Oh, really? You can't understand that, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, I was there, y'all. Woo! Yeah, Cliff. Mm-hmm. Now he done got you roped into some shit. Mm-hmm. So pretty much it ended with Lateshia letting Cliff know that it's about the security of it all. Plus, she got to have all these extra, she got to go through this health situation she's in. And here he is quitting his job, making buku money. As she say, it's real good. This ain't no Rudy Patootie type of income. And here he is getting rid of it. And we got moves to make, especially with her health situation. And Cliff understood that it's the security, not just the money. But talking about, well, he got this, he got that. Like I mentioned, she didn't know what he got, but he telling everybody else about her. Okay. Anywho, y'all, that was Belle Collective season 5, episode 5. I can't believe I talked this long, but yeah, it was a lot going on this episode. And like I said, D, if you're listening, watching, listening, hell, if you want to talk to me, you can. Just look me up, boo. It's all good. There's my information on the screen as to how to reach me, Blue Sky, YouTube, IG, Threads, whatever the case may be. And we can talk. It's all good, boo. You got aunties all over the world, girl. Aunties all over the world. But yeah, that was it. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you. And please come back again. I think the next review, the next show will be Love and Marriage Huntsville. All right. See ya. Bye. All day.